very quickly, so because grassroots governance is one thing that Nigerians are keen, and interested in. But the sad part is that a lot of people may not understand who to contact, what falls within their local government, what falls within the purview of their councillor, and of course what falls within the purview of the chairman. If you also recall back in the day, for those Nigerians listening and watching, you recall village headmaster. It was an attempt for us to understand the importance of grassroots governance. And if you mix that out, village headmaster, you had councillor. Councillor Balogun was very influential then. Just as some people put it, it looks so demeaning, but it's not. When you say ordinary councillor, but you're very powerful. So today we're looking at grassroots governance, and of course we have with us Mayor Dele Oshinowo, who is the executive chairman, Agboyi-Ketu Local Government Council Development Area. Good to see you, and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Quite an arduous task it is, and I'm happy. First, I'll say this: I'm happy because you seem to be opening your doors to the people. You seem to be speaking to the people. And as a journalist, and for my other colleagues, they understand the importance of people who are closest to the people. Whether we like it or not, grassroots governance should be closest to the people. And when you have someone who's far from the people and who's not speaking, it becomes a problem. How's the ride been so far? Chairman Agboyi-Ketu, LCDA.
Yes. Firstly, I want to give thanks to the Almighty God for giving me the opportunity to serve my people. And since 2017, I came on board in 2017, and this is my second time. And we've been rolling out projects, that bring support to the people of Agboyi-Ketu. We've been supporting them in terms of youth empowerment, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of health-wise, pipe and waters, clearing of the canals so that we can do away with flooding and all that. And in many areas, supporting the education sector, the primary school especially, we've been renovating, providing benches, writing materials and all that. So this is what we have been doing, and that's actually led to me within my party, getting my ticket, my return ticket unopposed, without anyone coming out to contest with me. And in times during the election, I came overall second. If you're looking at vote differentiation, the number differentiation, I'll be the first because I got about 26,717 votes to return back to the seats. And I want to appreciate all the people in Agboyi-Ketu for their support. They've been supporting me, and I'm part of them. I move around, they know me. Anywhere I go to, they can talk about me. Why, you can try your best, but it's not enough. I know I have not done. If I have the opportunity, I'll fix everything.
If there's anything that stands out for me, is how you started, and I want to dwell on those two key phrases. You said you want to thank God for giving you the opportunity to serve your people.
Yeah.
Service is very important, and anytime I hear that word from anyone, politician or any leader, I want to pause and say, let's talk more about service. And you've reeled out quite a number, and you've also said something about you being a part of the people, and the people know you. It's instructive for those listening to us across the world. It's become a pain for some Nigerians not to know their council chairmen or women, or know their councillors, because they seem to be very distant and far from these people. Now, let's start talking about how I know you have the ticket to run again unopposed, which is a good thing. But definitely, as you also agreed, some of those things left undone will be done. But quite frankly, for local government administration, what are the bottlenecks? We'll come back to the things that fall within yours so that people can know how to channel their questions. That's very important. So that what's for Lagos State government is not brought before you, or what's for the federal government is not brought before you. But what are the bottlenecks in running your council?
Yes. Firstly, at the local government level, you know, the way it was structured in Nigeria is different from the way it's structured overseas. And the funding is a major part of the challenges we're facing, because you have a lot to do. You have to pay the staff salaries and all that, and you have to look at what you have, prioritize it, and say, okay, this is what is more important. Let's do this. Let's fix this, because there's a lot of demand for this sector. So you just have to prioritize it and make sure that no sectors are lacking. If you're doing one, concentrating on one and leaving the rest, it's going to affect. A lot of people don't know what you're doing. They'll tell you, they criticize you on the other aspect, on the other sector that you refuse to touch. So what we try to do is to prioritize what we need, and we know how to face it, to tackle it month by month. And we know that this is the rainy season, and it will be very difficult for the local government to start rehabilitating roads and all that. And so what I did for the monsoon season is to go outside my jurisdiction, which is the canal clearing, the primary canal. So we get a contractor to clear all the canals, dredge it in our local government. And I can tell you, during this season, there's no complaint of flooding, because normally I'll see it on my Instagram, or my social media handle, or my WhatsApp. People sending me that they say, we had issue of flooding in this area, but this time around we're able to reduce that. It actually cost us a lot of money, and the Ministry of Environment appreciated that, because they are moving around doing their own job. But we cannot wait until the community gets destroyed by flood. So we need to intervene.
So in other words, you're being proactive.
Yes.
So being proactive and funding, you should also be talking about how you can make money, generate revenue for your council. How is that working?
So that's what we have been doing now. We actually, my local government, when I came on board, I actually look at our comparative advantage. So we, on our record, on our assets, I noticed that we have a lot of lands, and decided to go into real estate. Building
your council?
Yes, building affordable housing. So for the what we proposed is about 1,247 housing units, but so far we've done 238 now. It's evidence everywhere. If you look at my page, I've been posting it, and a lot of people, you see, and what we're selling at a minimum of 18 million naira, and a lot of people are
that's for the 3-bedroom.
For the 2-bedroom, with all ensuite. So a lot of people have been subscribing to it, and this is the way we're going to generate. This is a PPP program. So we actually went out to look for people, have a meeting with financial houses, Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank actually did about 106 units out of these. We partner with them, and this is what a lot of people have been coming up partnering with us, because they saw our sincerity and they appreciated what we have been doing. And this has actually been generating fun for us, because remember that all these people need to do their allocation paper and all that, do their title, they pay something back to the council. And at the end of the day, the council will be generating money. The economy of my local council development area will increase eventually. So this is what we're doing. We'll be generating money from what's it called, the facility management and all that. So we're looking forward to commission this before end of this year, which the state governor really appreciated this, because it's actually contributing to the team's agenda.
This is Lagos, and I'm happy that a lot of people are listening to you, because this is not to go on a collision course with any government official, but again, if this is what we're getting to see in Agboyi-Ketu, and which definitely we're still following, developments there, then uh, it speaks volume to the extent that others will be asking what exactly is happening in my council. As I did say by starting, I said, well, it's one thing for you to be a council chairman. It's another thing that you're close to the people you're speaking of, which is very, very important. Quickly here, let's talk about what what falls within your purview in trying to generate revenue. Uh, you talked about facility. We understand that the parks, we understand the markets. Take us through that so that we understand how you're able to manage these and also get more, like you're going into real estate on behalf of your people. Tell us what else do you do?
Yeah, apart from that, there's environment like the business. There's what they call a shop permit that we generate money from, and we're looking at us. We're planning to establish our own business, like our starters that will manage paving stone company. We're about to start up a business paving stone organization so that we'll be selling it at a reduced rate, and at the same time we'll be able to use part of it to do to do our roads. And you see, there's nowhere government said you can invest. We need to bring money in. So by investing in establishing a firm or establishing a real estate company and all that, it goes a long way. I might not.
Did you sorry to butt in here? Did you have all of this, planned out, or you got in there and you said, wait a minute, I need to make a difference? Because I'm asking because we've seen a lot of politicians. They say, I want to serve, and they get in there. They're looking for, putting their hands in what comes, what accrues to the state. Talking about the sharing, the ritual, the ritual of sharing allocation. But now, listening to you, we've heard you say more than 4 or 5, areas where you're generating revenue to make sure that your council stands out.
Yes.
So was it planned or you stumbled on it?
No. You see, my background is in real estate. Yeah. And when I go there, I need to carry out an assessment and see. Look at our revenue. I noticed that our revenue was nothing to write home about, and we need to increase it if we want to perform. So we need to look at how we can generate, fund for the local government, and look at our records, look at our assets and all that, and I can see that okay, what's this doing there? Most of those lands, the auctions are there, they build chances on it and all that. So it took me a while to relate with all those people, the boys out there. I don't want to say they're bad boys. I want to use good. I call them good boys because you need to be intentional, create relationship with them so that they can allow you to do your own thing, so that they can support you in whatever you're doing. Because most of the challenges we face in terms of revenue generation is these boys out there. When you're going out to get your revenue, they attack you. They won't allow your staff to do that. And I noticed that what they want is for them to recognize them. And I said, okay, that's fine. I will recognize you. I'll be your friend. I'll come sit with you. Whatever you want, I'll do it with you. So since then, they saw that I've created a relationship with them. Whenever they need me, they need my help or they need my assistance, they call me and I'm there. I'll solve the problem. I don't allow fights to happen between them. Even when there's a problem between one group and the other, they call me. They said, listen, I want to fight this so person. I said, no, let me come. I'll sit them down. I ask them to come to my office, talk to them. I have interpersonal relationship with all these people, and with the security agency. We do this together. We coordinate it together, and from there, we've been having relatively peace.
Again, sorry to butt in here. You also agree that they are doing this because they're idle. You're educated, and that's why you're also trying to draw from your professional calling to fixing your local government by looking into real estate. Have you thought of how best you can also engage these people because they're idle.
Yeah.
There's no one in Lagos who doesn't know them, so they're idle. So
Okay.
how can you engage
Thank you.
them?
When I came on board about 8 months thereafter, there's environmental nuisance everywhere. And I said, okay, I'm going to set up a task force. Yeah. The task force, I said, okay, I started picking from one zone to the other. They have zones. They have their own zones. Don't come to my area, I live here. So I pick people I know that is influential among them as a member of the task force. And people knows them because if there's any problem in their community, the landlord, the CDA will go to them and seek for their help. So I involve them in making sure that there's no crime around my area. So I've involved them. I started paying them at a token of 30,000 naira every month. I actually engage about 50 of them. I started paying them 30,000 naira. And I'm telling
So
you,
what kind of task do they do?
environmental task force. They try whatever. See, if there's there's a lot of people dropping their deaths on the road, their refuse dropping on the canals and all that. So they go there, they monitor it all around, they get them caught, and we prosecute them. This is all what we have been doing, and all these people have been helping. They have been stopping. If there's any problem somewhere, I ask them to go there. Or somebody's trying to create nuisance somewhere, I ask them to go there to go and stop it with the help of the police. They support the police. They're like, I don't want to say vigilante. So that's the reason why we call that name as environmental task force. They make sure that everywhere it's safe, it's protected, and there's no nuisance in my community.
Some listening now, and let me quickly do that. Someone is asking a very fundamental question here. But again, I'll take this other one here, which is on top, and someone is saying, please, what's the name of your guest? I think he or she just joined us. My guest is Dele Oshinowo, who is the executive chairman at Agboyi-Ketu local government development area in Lagos State, southwest of Nigeria. And he's our eye and our guide today as we look at grassroots governance, which is very paramount and key here. We've come to a realization that is almost extinct in Nigeria, and since his council seemed to be working, you've heard him, and if you live in that area, you can also send us a message. He's right here. Whatever falls within his eye, you can ask that question. 0909-217-2973. That's on WhatsApp. 0909-217-2973. And of course, we're also trying to gauge a sense of what other local government chairmen or women are going through. And just in case you're not getting the same deal that the people of Agboyi-Ketu are getting from Oshinowo, then you should be asking questions. Let's jump again into what we're looking at. I'm very interested about this. You want to call them area boys, you want to call them urchin, call them whatever, but these are part and parcel of our society. And as I did say, it's because of that they are idle, and it is because of the failure of our society. That is why they're not like you and I. That's why they're not in school. That's why they've not been able to learn a trade. And you have decided to engage them one way or the other to see that they get to be involved in the development of your LCDA. Now let's talk more about the markets.
Okay.
I've been in a forum where people were talking and they said, look, don't worry, when I go into politics, I can just say, okay, Lawrence, I'll give you to be in charge of market A. So what Lawrence does is he goes there, he collects revenue, and he puts them in his pocket and can bring small, change to you. And is that what obtains? Is that how it works?
In my own local government, no. See, there are lots of revenue points, which includes the market, the garage, and all that. So what we have done on getting into the office, we carry out the enumeration of stores, the lock-up shops, or cake lamps, and each market they have their own associations.
Sorry to take it back, Cormac, don't lose your train. You say K clamps.
K clamps.
You want to tell us
K
what that
clamps
means?
are the store, the mini store whereby you see when you walk into the market. When you walk into the market, you see like like 1 meter high.
Okay,
blocks
but
there.
it's a store.
It's a store, mini store.
Mini store.
It's not covered.
Okay, good.
It's not covered like a lock-up shop. You know lock-up shop?
Yes.
It's not covered. So it is cheaper for the marketers to buy it than people who are selling perishables. They sell.
You just put it there. When you're done, you go.
You go take it.
you
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah. So that's K clamps. So we have a lot of revenue points. So what we're doing with the market, the main market, is they have association. I will tell them you have to, because you see you need to create a relationship. You can't just walk into the market. They will resist. They will push you out. They have their own way of talking to their people. So the association will apply to be one of the revenue agents. So they pay directly into the council's account on a monthly basis. They don't. You tell them you're paying X amount of money every month, and at the end of the month, you don't want to know what they generate. You understand? But because we've done our own enumeration, we know what they generate. You understand? But we're not going to tell them. We just tell them that pay X amount of money, pay 500,000 monthly, pay 1 million naira monthly, and they pay it into the accounts. None of my staff will go to the market and ask for money. So for the lock-up shops, our staff, the revenue officers go out. They will go out. They serve the bills. There's a account number on it and all that. So when they default, there's what they call revenue tax force. They go out. When they go out with POS. So if you can't go to the bank, you have your POS with you. So you pay through the POS. So there's electronic payment. So we've tried as much as possible to eradicate cash collection. But some people are people who are saying Nigeria is not good, but they're the one trying to corrupt some of our staff. When they get there, when they're supposed to pay 5,000 naira per annum, they'll talk to them like, please, take 3,000 naira. Take 3,000 naira. Some of them will collect it, but we're still coming back for you. Because on our record, it's still showing
that you're owing.
You're owing. They're not going to clear it. They'll give you fake receipts. They'll do all that. But we've apprehended some of them, and they're facing disciplinary action within the civil service room. So there's a lot going on around, but we're trying as much as possible to curtail this. And I can't tell you 100% that there's no leakages. There is, but we're trying to block it as much as possible.
Your honesty in addressing some of these key issues is actually driving this conversation, which is making it quite an interesting conversation here on the Discuss today. For those just joining us, you're welcome. You're listening to the Discuss here on Classic FM, and our eye is on the Agboyi-Ketu LCDA in Lagos, southwest of Nigeria. And today we are speaking with the chairman, Mayor Oshinowo, who is the executive chairman of the council. We're looking at what can work and what can't work, and how far the council is from the people. But somehow we're getting closer to the people now just by listening to you. But if there's anything that must also interest any listener, it has to do with health, especially the primary health care. We know that you can actually influence and ensure that these things are in place for your people. Off the top of your head, how many do you have? How many of these health centers do you have? And how are they working at the moment?
So presently we have 4 doing 24 hours, giving out 24-hour health services, and we have 2 new buildings coming up. We're almost done with it. Probably we'll be commissioning it before end of this year. So in terms of our health sector, we've done all the right thing that is needed at the primary health care center. We've upgraded it. We've furnished it with the hospital beds, the right drugs. We have subsidized drugs for the PAC in partnership with the Lagos State government. We have our diagnosis center, the subsidized one, that we're not making much money from it. So It's local government is not meant for us to be making money. It's just for us to provide services to the people. We can generate money through other businesses like the real estate we talked about. So this is what we have been doing. Our health sector is one of the chosen health center in Lagos for Dele Oshinowo, and part of what we're doing is
You have to break this down. You know, a lot of people,
Dele Oshinowo is
non-Lagosians are listening.
Dele Oshinowo is like HMO.
Okay.
Yeah, so they provide health insurance and all that. So, and what we are doing at my own local government, you see, we get there's a lot of letters coming up for financial assistance, health assistance, and all that. So rather than us, giving them 50,000 naira or 20,000 naira, so what we've decided at my local government, and which we'll be launching very soon, is for us to put people, about 2,500 people, on a lyrical, at the people at the lowest level of poverty. I'm talking about abject for poverty. Put them on it so that you know that you don't need to spend money. It actually cut down the cost of us being on coming to the primary health care, spending more than that. So at the rate of 5,000 and 10,000, you can be on health insurance for a year with the Lagos State government and LASHMA, Lagos State Health Management Agency. They're in charge. So this is what we're doing. We'll be launching it anytime soon. So in terms of healthcare, we are so passionate about our people. We want to make sure that whenever they need us, we are there for them, and that is what we've been doing. And with partnership with our senators representing Lagos Senatorial District, Senator Tokunbo Abiru, he has actually facilitated 30 beds primary health care at one of our centers, and we're waiting for the office of the Sustainable Development Goal to furnish it. After that, we'll commission it, and it will be out there for the use of our people.
Another aspect. Let's quickly see what we have here, and I'll come back to look at it. But tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like your LCDA has the highest number of parks. I'm talking about motor parks in Lagos.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. we have Oshodi local governments. We have Mushin, we have Lagos Island. We have all of them out there. So my local government is not.
Bega is part of your local government.
No. So let me tell you.
No. Let's look at your local government.
Yeah, let me tell you. When you're coming from Third Mainland Bridge,
yes,
Ogudu, after the Ogudu, on the right hand side, that's my local government. There's an entrance towards the Ogudu Road. That's my local government on the right hand side. Straight down to Owode.
Agboyi-Ketu is different from Ketu.
Yeah, Agboyi-Ketu. Agboyi-Ketu, there's Ikosi because on Ikorodu Road, Ikosi is on the left when you're going facing Ikorodu. Mine is on the right. And if you're going to Ikorodu, we have my 12, we have Owode, Ajegule. So those are on the one on the right is my local government.
Oh, that's some lecture there on knowing Lagos. We should do more because it sounds personal, but I don't need an address. But because people will controvert, if you say anything, because people are listening and the messages are pouring in. Do you live within your local government?
Yes, I live in my local government. I live all under estates.
You don't have to go into details because someone definitely will listen and will say yes or no, and we can also do our findings because this is the people's administration, and it's a shame. Yes, it's a shame. I live in Lagos. And I don't know my council chairman because she's decided not to be known. And how do you make people know you? Is by doing things that you should do.
You have to be intentional.
No. When you say people have to be intentional, when people are intentional, okay, now let us define intentional. How do you? I'm a citizen, and I don't know my council chairman. How do I get to know him or her?
By organizing town hall events, meeting with the CDAs.
The people or the council chairman should organize that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to reach out.
That means that the council's chairman should organize town hall meetings that will make us, the citizens, the residents, attend.
Yeah. And you have to put yourself in their face.
Good. And I'm hoping that some of you people are listening to this.
Yeah, you have to put yourself in their face.
Because some of them are scarce. And don't try to cover for anyone because this is not a party thing.
No, I'm not covering for anyone.
Good.
But I can tell you
because, and I know Governor Sanwo-Olu also understands what we're dealing with at the moment. There are some council chairmen or women who are very far from the people.
Yes, but I can tell you, this set of local government chairmen and LCDA chairmen, so far since the creation of the LCDA, I'm telling you, they are the best. There's a all the competition within us. If I'm doing any project, they tell me, how do you get to it? Can you tell me about it? Come and show me. Tell me, give me your blueprint. Keep me, whatever you have. Let's just do this.
Now,
they're doing it.
Let's take this first question.
Okay.
And I'm being warned. The person is saying, hello, Sulaiman, this is a bit long, but please, you need to read it to Mayor because the last time he came on 91.3, politicians did not allow us ask questions. I don't know if politician was mediating on a radio session, but maybe he wanted to say presenters or producers. What is happening on Demorin? This road has been on construction for close to 2 years now, and nothing concrete to show for it. Okay, let's assume that it's capital intensive, which I doubt. Donyo-Omololu Junction is closed. Elebiju Junction is spoiling cars day in, day out because of the shoddy job done on that axis. The same applies to Akiton and Fadia Junction. This is just untold hardship on the populace. And this is from Sulaiman in Ketu.
All right, thank you very much. Agidi Demorin Road was awarded to a contractor close to 2 years now, and they've been on the job. We actually clamor for the state government to come and do that for us, and we are so thankful to Governor Sanwo-Olu for.
Oh, you also complained on behalf of the people. It's a state. It's a state road. It's a state road.
It's a state road, and they just actually about they've mobilized the contractor again, and I can tell you if you go there, there's a work going on. They are spreading. They're doing the stone base. The base for the asphalting and paving stone. So they should be before I can promise that before end of this year that road will be finished. So there's a lot going on now, and I don't think we should. I know everybody's complaining that the road has been there for too long, but actually, state government actually stated that it's going to take close to 2 years to 24 months to 30 months to fix. So there's a lot. It's a traffic area whereby they need to close one, finish one before they move to the other one, so that they won't.
But at the moment, work is ongoing.
Work is ongoing now.
Well, we'll bring him back again. We'll give Oshinowo some time, and we'll bring him back again. We'll also look at that, even though he said it's a state road, and he's also putting his influence on that, ensuring that the state government also tidy up that. Quickly here, this is from Hussein in Surulere. Hussein is saying, well, good job bringing public officers to account. Well, Hussein, you heard me say that to him. He's one of the very few who would want to come on radio or television, and we're still trying to get hold of others, even though he's trying to say this is the best. And I'm saying, no, I live in Lagos. Let's not talk about my council chairman. Otherwise, we'll actually bring my council chairman and just dangle the person here because they are running. So President Buhari signed executive order to free local governments in the country from the bondage of the governors. That's Hussein writing now. I'd like to hear from the chairman, what's the situation like in Lagos? And usually we don't take double barrel questions, but I would like to take his second question. And he goes on to say, many homes in Lagos lack potable water and were forced to patronize Meroa. How many homes in this council has potable water, that's drinking water? How expensive or affordable is health care delivery in Agboyi-Ketu? I think he said something about health, so we'll jump that. The federal budget for 2022 is 16 trillion naira plus. Lagos is 1 trillion naira plus. He wants to know, have an idea of your budget for Agboyi-Ketu, Hussein from Surulere.
All right. Where should I start from?
Okay, let's start from President Buhari's order to free local government.
I can tell you.
He wants to know the situation.
Even before he signed it, I can tell you Lagos State government doesn't touch our money we get our money directly.
Directly from the federal government?
No. There's what they call Jack accounts.
Yeah, I know the joint
Jack,
account, yes.
And on the Jack accounts, we get our own Jack meeting without the state government. We decide on how we want to spend our money. So we get our money directly whenever it comes. We sit with the Accountant General of Lagos State and we decide on how we want to spend our money. The money comes into my account, into the council's account directly, without any influence from the governor. So we are independent. We are financially independent.
So, but has the situation changed? Do you still have the Jack?
We still have the Jack. The Jack is, they need, you see, for them to take off Jack was the creation of the National Assembly, not the state government.
Yes.
So they need to repeal it if they don't want it.
All right.
They need to repeal it. So they have to repeal that so that the money will come directly from the federal.
Now I know the second one has to do with potable water. I really wish that you're the chairman of.
Don't mention.
I will mention the chairman overseeing Lekki because they don't have water. Oh my God!
Lekki, you're saying you're talking
big
about
name, big money.
You're talking about
no drinking water.
Okay.
I know. No, this is not your excuse. This is that I'm hoping that the state is also listening. No water. People cannot even. You can't even have a bath.
Okay.
You can't even wash your car without your car being corroded.
Let me say something to you.
Lagos, 2022.
I have a Riverine area in my local government.
I like to come and stay in your area there.
Yeah, I have a Riverine area in my local government. It's called Agboyi-Ketu. They are the original settler, and they are wolves. And for a while now, during the tenure of Raja Rasaki, they tried to put up a ball there, and this one, the ball failed. And I promised them when I came, I said I'm going to do one. I said I believe there's water everywhere. It all depends on the level you're going to, the depth. And we did that last year, July. We went as far as 250 meters and were able to detect good water, industrial bore. So what I did is to reticulate it across the town. The Riverine area. They have town 1, town 2, town 3, town 4. They call it Agboyi 1, 2, 3. And it's the only federal ward. There's those two, they have 2 federal ward there. So what I did is to reticulate it across the town. And people are fetching water. Apart from the water being clean, I can show you a test on my phone that was sent to me a couple of days ago, and they said that water is so clean that they don't need to treat it. But at the same time, because I know they said they believe that because the one Raja Rasaki did failed, that it's going to fail. I said, don't worry, I'll put a treatment plant there. They have a treatment plant that in any case that it's failed, then they can switch on the treatment plant. So this is what I've been doing, and it's not only close to the council. I've actually sunk one there as well, and I'm doing more industrial boreholes, whereby people can go there, we reticulate it. People can tap. They can tap from the pipe.
Yeah.
So it all depends on what we're doing. And here in Lekki, you said Lekki, and I believe that there's a lot going on around there, and there's a lot of big men like you in Lekki that can actually come up with serious corporate social responsibility. Support the country.
Someone is fighting you now.
That's
why I'm smiling. That's why I'm smiling.
He's allowed.
First, well, you haven't put a name. I like people to put a name when you send a message. But anyway, he said, Sulaiman, please open the phone line so we can talk to the chairman. No, I don't do phone lines. I don't do phone lines. I do text messages, and I've never evaded anyone's message. That's why I told him that someone is going to fight him now. So he's ready. So he goes on to say, I don't agree with Dele on the fact that he said he's intentional in his approach with the people. He's not approachable. He uses voice he referred to as the environmental task force as thugs to stop people from talking to him. So he's saying you have people around you who prevent them from speaking to you.
Okay, Sulaiman, thank you for reading that.
Yes.
If you come to my council, you won't even see any boys around me. I'm a free person. I walk around. You see, this person, I don't know him, and They might want to get closer to you. Most of them will come and tell you what you don't want to hear. You know, what they ask for is different from. And this person I've not met, I don't think I move around. I will not just be moving around. Somebody will just, you know, stop me and say, hey, stop there. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways you can see me.
Absolutely.
You can come to the council. If you want to see me, nobody will stop you. I don't even have a visiting day. All days are, you can come anytime, any day.
Do you have an official line people reach you that, you know, official line for issues? You know, sometimes I said to someone once, and I said, look, whether you like it or not, you need to put, what's this box called? Suggestion box. Yeah. I was talking to this person in an office. I said, put it in an area in your office where is hidden from the CCTV cameras. I said, because there are a lot of people who would love to genuinely speak to you about some issues. So do you have a line that people can reach you in your locality?
Let me quickly say something. I have only one phone, and my phone is open to everybody. Yeah, I use only one phone. On my social media, Facebook, and if you go there, you see me responding to questions. On my Instagram, on my Twitter, I respond to questions. So you don't need, if you want to see me, it's either you come. If I come to your street during a town hall, I expect you to come when I invite you. I put it out there. I'll tell everyone, even for this, I spread it out. I put it on all platforms there. I'm coming here today. If you have any questions to ask me, you're free to come and do that. So anybody will come up. You see, not everybody will not like you, will not like your face. They'll tell you, you don't smile. They'll tell you, you smile too much. You know, they'll tell you, you give too much. So there's no way you'll see boys with me standing, walking around with me. I think I'll say I'm one of the chairmen that doesn't move around with boys.
So Dare Adenoga, he finally put his name there. He said he's approachable. Let's see how you can get to reach him in the office, and let's see how it goes. Let him know that you're the one who told him, who challenged, or anyway. But I think we need to ask questions of those we have so elected. We need to keep asking questions. And someone is asking about the Ketu Demery Road again. I think it's been answered already. And this other one here says Oriade LCDA. Okay, not for you. It's just saying Oriade LCDA is in a terrible state. Try and bring the chairman and let us know when she's going to come. Oh, you say she. And we used to think that, well, anyway, let's not make up our please ask Mayor Dele Oshinowo what he's doing to curtail the untold menace, this is very important, of courtesan and violence in his local government, especially around Ajelogo, Koshofe, and Mile 12. It is believed by many that the local government chairman is also culpable of using these boys. That is why he's not able to put a stop to this menace. By 7 p.m. everywhere is dark and deserted because of these court boys who use the opportunity to loot shops, affecting businesses and our livelihoods.
Okay. About couple of years ago, there's issues among the boys around my 12, on the bridge my 12, and it cuts across the two local governments. And we've had several peace meetings with them, you know, to stop them. They signed with the then Commissioner of Police, the area commander. We've all met with them, and we all agree that they need to stop this. And when they refuse to stop it, a lot of them are being put to jail now. They're there now. And recently, about 2 weeks ago, we caught one of the deadliest guy. We caught him. And what we're doing as a local government is to be part of the process, to send them to jail. This is what we're doing now, because we have evidence against them. So the local government, in conjunction with the Ministry of Justice, will file the case against them.
Are you also working with to saying that some of them actually need rehabilitation, not to be sent to?
No. Some of them need that. You see, what we're doing, we have a program, an empowerment program called We Lift. So what we're doing is to train people for the minimum of 6 months, maximum of 2 years, and we're going to fund their equipment, give them shops, and we establish them. We monitor them for 6 months. After 6 months, we allow them to do whatever they want. So we've been doing this, we've been achieving it. People have been coming. A lot of them, most of those people who commit crimes, around K2, they don't live in K2. They don't live in my church. They live in Ibafo. They live outside, they live in Ogun State. But they come to Lagos to commit crime, work, and run away. And make the money and go away from there. So if I can tell you recently, nobody can say there's any courtesan issue. For the last six months or 8 months now, K2, Agboyi-Ketu has been relatively peaceful.
Because before then, because that's the same message. Messages we're getting. People are saying it's been hellish, torturous. Sam is saying, I put it straight to you, Mr. Chairman, the LCDA has been hellish and torturous. And you say for the last 6 months.
Yes. If they have any proof, they should bring it out. I can tell you.
You know, my kind of journalism is not a back and forth journalism. I like to make it look workable for the people.
Yeah.
Now that they are complaining, if we said for the last 6 months there's been a law, are you going to guarantee the people that is going to continue? You know, because there's one thing. The truth is, you know, I said something about rehabilitation. Every Lagosian listening must have met an area boy who helped him or her when he or she thought he was going to be killed.
Yeah.
So it tells you that some of these people also have the human heart. So let's talk about how we can reach out to these people. Because I've been in a very horrible situation in Lagos. Not once, not twice. I've seen colleagues. And they'll say, guess what? Una area boy even helped me. Una helped me change tire, 12 midnight and all that. We're not saying that there are no bad people. But we need to look out for these people and ensure that they are brought in, purified, I want to use that word, and made proper citizens of our state.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is part of what we're doing. As I said, they will lift programs and empowerment programs. We'll bring them on board. You see, most of the time, they said I'm part of them. I'm a cultist because I have a relationship. I can talk to them. I can go to their den and talk to them. So people they wonder, why are they not touching me? Why are they not brutalizing me? So because of this, people will just come out and say, hey, he's one of them. That's the reason why they're not touching him. No. As I said, you have to be intentional. You have to have a relationship. You can't use stick all the time. You can't use hard approach towards these people. They will not listen because they are hard already. So you have to look at the soft spot from them, and capture it and change their mind. So this is what we've been doing. And the security agency, the DSS, Nigerian Police Force, I'm telling you, they've gone out of their way, to support us. All the local government in Koshofe as a whole, we have Koshofe, we have one local government and 2 SADA. So we all have peace and security meetings that will come up together, look for a way to stop all this and to engage these people. By not engaging them, by not talking to them, these people are hard already.
If there's anything, sorry if I brought in, I'm trying to also bring in so many things, and that's one thing about the discourse here. It's a conversation we're having, and I'm happy that you're here. And someone is saying, I love this. I think we're getting closer to home. This is from Achi. Achi is saying, Sulaiman, please also bring chairman of Agboyi-Ketu LCDA to explain activities. The road leading to Peace Estate Barua is terrible. I know places where the council people are on holiday, and this is one of the places. Actually, just sent in this message. You just may want to take a look at it, telling you that, look, we need to bring this. I know this is not you. Yeah. Don't worry, we're coming back to you. Just to tell you that we have some, and I think this will also worry the state government. We have some council chairmen and women who are on holiday. They make it look like we're thoughtful. So no matter what we read out here to you, we're happy that you've come to listen to your people, which is a good thing. We do that. But one thing about this program is that if you're not working, we'll say it. If you're doing something, we'll say it. Want to say well done, really, for coming. We called out and you reached out, and here you are today. Now, this one is saying the assertion by the chairman is absolutely not true. Let him wash the area clean. They want you to go and what is Jawombe? A similar program. Okay. No, I think that's I thought. Now, they want you to highlight your program in the area of education. you know, yes, yes, because we've talked about health, we've talked about so many other key areas. We're talking about housing, which is very important. But someone wants you to tell us more about education and social welfare. You already have started talking about social welfare, how you've been able to help the elderly and the very poor, giving them some kind of health insurance. Let's talk more about education. I love education because that's why you're here today.
Yeah. So, in terms of education, as I said earlier on, we've done some reconstruction, rehabilitations of schools, providing benches, writing materials, also training teachers in the area of mathematics and science. We just did one about a few months ago. That's about going to 3 months now, and we'll be doing it every 6 months. So these are what we're doing. Our kids, we've been, supporting them with educational materials, and this is very important for us. And also, we are starting a co-op creation, co-creation hub, an ICT
ICT hub.
Yeah, ICT hub, whereby we'll catch them young. It's actually a partnership with Shell. We're doing the reconstruction of.
Trust me, my producers are taking lists of all of this because we'll come back and check these because these are interesting things that we need to put for the children.
Yeah, definitely. So we want to catch them young. So our target age is between age 13 to 20.
So how long will it take for us to wait before we come look at this?
Because now,
when you hope
by September, we're starting the interior and the redecoration of the library. We're using the library, and this will be run by Shell and us. So we are to provide the infrastructure. The Shell will provide the technical part of it.
So we think by October, when we
November,
basically, we should see something nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and this other one here says, okay, this is also not to you. It says, hello Sulaiman, I think in fairness, the local council LCDAs are doing well. In my area, Shomolu, Dollar, the council chairman, has been the best since we've been having chairpersons. He's fixing inner streets and roads, unlike the former ones who just came to enrich themselves. This is from Femi in Shomolu. And a lot of questions, a lot of messages. No, I'm trying to see the ones that are for you, and now, Lawrence, I think we're in dire straits. They keep pouring in. Now, it tells you one thing. When you have messages like this coming in, it tells you that the people have been left too long in the dark. It explains just one thing, that the council development area hasn't actually been there for the people. Let's see what we have here, and this one is still very, very long. Let's see how we can actually shorten it. It says, I don't agree with anything. It said, hello, Sulai and Dele Oshinowo. I don't agree with anything concerning water supply that he's talking about. The water works generates no water, and they have staff they pay. No, that is for the state. He's talking about what palliative he's been able to do for his people. Talking about, because when we talk about potable water, or we're talking about this thing we used to talk while we were growing up, water from the taps. That's what this man is talking about.
Yeah, I know.
It's
public works.
It's a shame that some children till this day don't know what it is to have a shower.
Yeah, I know.
A shower in the real sense as a shower, not to scoop water from the bucket and put over your head. This one here says, hello Sulai, good show. Please, Mosa Okola LCDA in Alimocho local government is in a real bad shape. Our chairperson is always traveling to Dubai and totally inaccessible. Please invite her to the show. She's a Bisco. This is from AY in Shagari Estate. Let me shock you. I was at this local government on my way here today.
Okay.
Honestly, around the council road. I went there. So these are some of the things people are saying. It's good a thing that we're having you here. We're coasting home. We're rounding off. How do you think people should engage? Because I said something and you put it before me. You said no, they should do town halls. And I've lived in that neighborhood for God knows for over a decade. And they don't have town halls. Perhaps the kind of town halls they have are the town halls that, how to say it, only them knows they want whole meeting. Because if it's town hall, it's going to go around the LCD, the what do you call it, the councils, the associations, the
CDA,
the CDAs.
Yeah.
No, so my CDA should say, we've been invited. The ESCO should go there so that we can all go there, look and say, we have A, B, C problems. And for those that it can fix, they fix. For those that can be taken onward to the state on our behalf, they can do that. So let's see how we can bridge this gap.
This is very important. You see, as I said, most of our people are dozer. I'm sorry to use that word.
No, go ahead. Let's.
Yes, because they always wait until something gets wrong before they reach out. They are not part of the system. They exclude themselves from the system. They don't want to. You see, you coming on here to say this and that. Why can't you just approach the local government? There's many ways you can approach the local government. It's either through your landlord association, through your CDA, through your councillors. I can tell you, my councillors, every month they carry out what they call empowerment in my local government, and they do town hall meeting every 3 months, quarterly. And they've been doing this since I came on board. And a lot of people say, when they see some young people, they tell you, leave them, they chop money, leave them, I don't want to involve, leave them, I don't want to be in politics. And most of the time, they don't ask questions. When you ask them, why are you supporting Dele? Some cannot even say that, I'm supporting it because of this. Why are you hating Dele? They can't tell you the reason why they're hating Dele. So they need to get involved. They need to ask questions like they are doing. I appreciate it so much. This is what I want. I love challenges. I love people, I love critique. I want people to criticize me and tell me this is what I'm not doing. Then I will give you the reason. And most of the local government are facing a lot because of funding. What I'm getting, Alimoshos are not getting it. What I'm getting, Ikorodus are not getting it.
Well, anyway, I think we're out of time, and we've gotten to the end of the show. We'd like to thank you for your time, and we also want to hear more from other councils. And for instance, Margaret, who lives on Lagos Island, is saying, well, good work to you, but we need to bring the chairman of Lagos Island East and West LCDs to come and explain the rot and mess on the island concerning security and environmental issues. We'll stay on grassroots issues from time to time, and we hope that everyone listening should also be like Mayor Dele Oshinowo to be here to speak. Let this be the bigger town hall meeting for you to engage your people. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for coming. And we'll be paying a visit around October to look at your library.
No, please,
yes.
You can come. I'll be calling you.
Yeah, honestly, because we have to hold people to account. I want to thank you for agreeing to be an example to council administration in Nigeria. Because a lot of people are watching and listening to us here on the show. We want to thank you for your time. And Sulaiman Aledeh, thanks to my producers for giving us a fine show today. And to you for listening, thanks, and keep the messages coming in, and we'll reach out to all those council chairmen you've highlighted here on the show. God willing. Bye-bye.
And that's it.